footbridge. Eugene Brown needed space to sow and mature his eye plants, and so, with agreement from the town committee, he'd begun growing them in the wasteland separating town and the ghost estate. "Why are you two talking?" Rose Brown rounded the bottom of the spiral stone staircase, reaching down to the cellar from the shop above, and marched into the room. "Aren't you meant to be doing your homework and not disturbing your father, Violet?" "I'm finished," she announced, as her mam dropped a copy of the Town Tribune on the table where Boy was working. "That's great, pet," Rose said, as she pulled Violet's opened copybook over to her and peered down at the text. "Maybe you'll get a smile from Mrs. Moody this time." Mrs. Moody was their teacher, and she never smiled. "That'd be a miracle, ma'am," Violet snorted, plonking down into a yellow armchair beside the fire. Violet and Boy had been coming to Archer and Brown to do their homework ever since classes started back. The building was just at the bottom of the road from school. It was an easy place to get their work done quickly and meant Violet and Boy didn't have to go home alone. Violet had never liked being on her own. She'd always imagine all sorts of wild scenarios for every sound, but Boy normally didn't mind his own company. Ever since his mam had died, though, Violet noticed her friend didn't want to return to Wickham Terrace unless William was there, and William was working so much lately that Boy had practically spent the whole summer at the Browns. Violet had overheard her mam whisper that Boy's dad was burying himself in his work. The pair normally stayed in the basement, using the large steel desk to finish their school stuff. Then, if they got everything done, sometimes Eugene gave them money and they'd race to Sweet Patisserie on George's Road for buns before the baker's shop closed for the evening. "Seems Marjorie Blott has the same nose for a story as Robert. It must run in the family," Eugene said, staring at the Tribune now opened on the table. Robert Blott, Marjorie's brother, had once run the local paper, but had given up his position when he was offered a place on the town committee. His sister now wrote the news, and Violet had often seen her sneaking through the streets wearing sunglasses as if she were some sort of undercover detective. It was kind of funny, since the woman's mass of white frizzy hair meant she could never be mistaken for anyone else. "What's the story?" Rose asked, looking up from Violet's copybook. "The missing scientist, the one I was telling you about, Dr. Joseph Bohr. Marjorie has written an article on him. The whole thing is very strange, really. It says he was taken in the middle of the night, straight from his home." "Oh, Iris knew him," Boy said excitedly, clearly looking for more distraction. "She told Dad about it the other day. I think she worked with him or something, like a million years ago." "Your granny's not that old, Boy," Rose laughed. "Iris must have had important friends. Dr. Bohr is one of the world's greatest minds, though he's long retired now. I must pick your granny's brain. It'd be interesting to hear all about him. Fascinating man, fascinating mind." Eugene shook his head. "You've skipped a few questions, Violet." Rose gestured to the page in front of her. "No, I haven't," Violet said, walking over to the table. Her cheeks flushed as her mother silently pointed to the book. "It's this place, ma'am. The eyes creep me out. I can't concentrate with them watching me the whole time," she snapped defensively. "That's a silly excuse, pet," Rose said. "You better do them or Mrs. Moody will be writing more notes in your diary." Violet huffed and sat back down at the table beside Boy, pulling over her book to read the first missing question. "The eyes made me do it," Boy teased quietly, as Rose disappeared back up the stairwell. "Very funny." Violet swiped to look at her friend. "I thought you weren't scared of anything," he continued. "What do you mean? I'm not," she replied, trying to write her answer. "What about the eye plants, then?" he smirked. "I'm not scared of them, Boy. They just freak me out. They're disgusting." "You seem pretty scared to me." "I'm not," she snapped, flustered, as she picked up an eraser to rub out a mistake. "Well, if you're not scared, then prove it. I dare you to stay in the eye plant field tonight," Boy whispered. Violet stopped what she was doing, looking up to make sure her dad hadn't heard. "The whole night?" "No, just maybe 15 minutes. I dare you to spend 15 minutes alone in the eye plant field tonight," Boy grinned. "You can call it an early birthday present to me. You keep asking me what I want." "So, for your birthday, you'd like me to stay in a field? That's not a present," Violet said, her cheeks glowing.